Okay, so welcome to this class. Today we're going to be looking at how to energize our body, but also at the end we'll be soothing and toning the nervous system and activating the vagus nerve. So this is something that I love to work with because it's so powerful in helping us to really relax, but sometimes we need to be woken up as well because we have like a level of energy that is quite heavy or flat. So we're going to begin with waking up a little and feeling all of the vibrancy that we can create inside through the breath and through the movement. So let's just begin by standing and recognizing where we are. So we're standing on this planet, Mother Earth, that is pulsating with energy. And so if we spread our toes and we really connect our feet into the ground, close our eyes or keep them just a little bit open if you prefer, we can start to tune in to the feet, the soles of the feet, the earth, the power of the earth. And start to breathe as deeply as you want. Make sure it's comfortable for you. If it feels too much or it's strained in any way, then just soften more. So we're going to be breathing nice and deep. And as we breathe, the diaphragm is lifting and going down. So this diaphragmatic breath is very good for toning the vagus nerve. And we're going to be relaxing the face as we stand here. Making sure that the face is peaceful. When we're under stress, the face is tense and waiting, looking, vigilant, hypervigilant. So we want to do the opposite. We want to relax the face. We can even take our hands to our jaw and just relax any areas that feel tight. And take a deep breath in, exhale out through the mouth. Letting go of anything that you're holding on to, any suppressed emotion, anything that you've tried to stuff down or tense up. Deep breath in. Good. And one more time, deep breath in. Lovely. And so we're just going to begin by shaking. So this is a really beautiful practice that helps to really wake everything up. So we can move the knees back and forward, or we can move them together back and forward, but keep the feet still for the moment and just feel how it ripples up through the body. Bring the arms up, shaking the hands. And we can do something else that's really helpful for the vagus nerve is by bringing the lips together. And again. Good, and one more minute of shaking. Any way that feels right for you, whether you want to slow it down and be more gentle or whether you want to be a little bit stronger. And slowly coming to a stop now. And just feeling that rush of sensation and vibration inside. Helping to clear out any areas that are stuck or suppressed or tight. We're going to begin by rolling the neck. And as we're doing this movement, we want to be really careful that it's exactly the right depth for our body. And so even if my head is going into quite a big circle here, You can always welcome to do a smaller, more gentle circle if that feels better for you. And let's go in the opposite direction. So the vagus nerve travels down the front in the throat. And so we can activate it by circling. And last rotation. And then coming up and really lifting all the way up through the spine. So we're really tall. Pressing the feet into the ground and rising up. And we're going to look at the shoulders, opening little bit by little bit the body. So big circles. And you might hear a few clicks and clunks in the shoulders. I certainly do. So that's really normal. And going the other way. 360-degree rotation. Good, and now let's take the arms out and we're just going to go over to the side. And this is such a beautiful stretch. The side body opening and coming up and down to the other side. So we are not just the physical body, we also have an energetic body. And the Chinese have been really amazing mapping this out in terms of meridians. So down the side of the body there's a very deep meridian, a very big energy channel that relates to the liver and the gallbladder. So as we're doing this, we're opening up those channels. Let's do one more time. And if anything hurts, or if it's too deep, then you're welcome to do less, or you're welcome to go deeper. I'm just giving you an idea of the way it looks. Good, and coming back to center, feel the effects. Sometimes these movements can make you feel a lot of energy moving. Sometimes you don't feel anything at all. Other times there's some thoughts or emotions arising. So just see what is here right now in this moment. Good, and we're going to stretch our arms out as wide as we can. So the heart, the energetic heart, and the heart meridian runs right down the inner arms. So as we do this movement, stretching out, it opens the channels of the heart. This is why we naturally do this when we're like, we're joyful or in love. Inhale, we're going to come up now. Feel the palms pressing together. And very slowly coming down. So this is a beautiful devotional movement, a movement of gratitude, opening the heart wide as you inhale, and then saying thank you as these hands come down in prayer position. It's a really beautiful way to begin your day. Inhale. You can think about what you're grateful for in your life. What do you have right now that you can say thank you to? And one more. Good. And now as we come up this time, what we're going to do is step the feet apart and turn the feet out a little. And we're going to come down all the way to the ground. So you might not be able to make all the way to the ground. You might be up here, and that's okay. If you can, come down. If you need to be up on your toes, that's fine too. And then we're going to turn the feet forward and come into hanging upside down. So let's just take a few moments here, as it's a really lovely position. Bend your knees, make your hands, like the arms and the head, become heavy. And this naturally lengthens the spine. You can sway a little bit from side to side if you want to. This brings all the freshly oxygenated blood into the face, into the eyes, into the brain, into the skin. And let's come down into the squat again. And we'll feel all of that blood traveling back down into the body. So this is shaking us up. And not letting anything be heavy or lying in a position where it's just not moving anymore. So we want to bring the hands down now, turn the feet forward, and slowly start to roll up. Vertebrae by vertebrae, and open. So we're coming into a little sequence. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, looking under the legs. And exhale, rolling up to standing. Inhale, reaching those arms out. Exhale, all the way down to the earth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We're getting into all the different joints in the body. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more, really opening those energy channels in the heart as you stretch the arms out. Exhale. Inhale, tipping the body upside down. And exhale. Coming back to standing. Just taking a moment to really feel the effects of that movement. The more we look in, the more we can find energy traveling through the body. Different movements inside, circulation of the blood, the breath, the prana. Good, and let's come at the feet together, and we'll do a posture that really helps our focus and our concentration. So the first position is here, or if you're a little bit more, if you feel balanced, you can bring the foot just under the knee. And if you feel even more courageous and open, you can bring the leg up. High up. And we're going to focus on a point in front of us that's not moving. So this one pointed focus is what helps us to really calm the mind. We don't want to stop the mind. We're not talking about no thoughts. We're just talking about calming the mind so that the identification can go to other places. We can feel those places inside of us that we don't normally look at. Good, and then reaching the hands up and opening. This posture is called tree. So here we are, the right leg is really rooting down into the earth and the branches of the arms are reaching up It's a very beautiful, heart-opening posture if you can balance. Good, and slowly down. And coming up to the other side, either the modification up here, if that feels right, or right up. And when we come into this posture, we become like a Zen warrior. It's like, shoo. So I'm going to be quiet. And I ask you just to listen to your breath. And down. And so this helps to calm the mind, calm the nervous system. Let's take a deep inhalation and reach up. And now we're going to turn on our mats and exhale down. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, stepping back. We're going to drop the knees and prostrate our body onto the ground. Inhale, rise up, and exhale back into downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, we're just going to look to the hands and then step one leg and then the other leg and sit down if you can. If not, just come down to the floor any way that feels comfortable. So here we are in sitting position, and we're going to be leaning forward in a posture that's called Paschimottanasana. It's very calming for the nervous system. So we're coming into our calming portion of the class. What we want to do is lift the flesh away from the sitting bones, because that can help us to come forward more. And if this is very difficult for you, if you have tight hamstrings, you can use something under the knees. So I'm just going to show you with the bolster. Yeah, if you can try that and see if that's better for you. And then we're going to inhale, keeping the back nice and long, spine nice and long. And we're going to go really slowly, reaching the hands towards the feet. Maybe you can hold the feet, or maybe you can only reach the ankles or the shins. Wherever you can get to is perfect. And now we're going to lengthen and lift up one more time. And now we're going to soften. So just allowing the body to melt forward and meeting your edge in the posture. And so this means not pushing or forcing the body, but just being very, very aware and present of how deep you can go before you come into a place of pain. We don't want to go into any painful places, but we want to feel a deep stretch of the body. And when you're there, you're going to start to breathe a little bit more deeply into the hamstrings, into the physical body. See if you can relax even more, dropping the head. And I'm just going to ask you to stay in this position for one more minute. Just staying there for one more minute with the head down. I'm going to come out and guide you through. But if you stay in the position for one more minute, you can really discover a lot. So when there's a strong sensation in the body, what we tend to do automatically is go away from it and go to a sensation that feels nice. This is natural. But we're just going to play with actually staying in a place that is not so comfortable. It's not painful. We don't want to be in a painful place. But it's not what we really like, if we're honest, yeah? But we're just going to stay there and meet those parts of us that have some tightness or some tension. And it's very therapeutic if we can just be there and welcome those places rather than push them away. So just 10 more seconds, seeing if you can do this in the forward bend. Good, and slowly coming up. Just taking a moment to feel the effects of Paschimottanasana, this beautiful posture that really activates and soothes the nervous system. Feel the effects of that. Good, and then we'll do a counter pose, bending the knees. Bringing the hands back so the fingers are facing the heels. We're going to come up into what's called table posture. Just lifting the bum. It's quite a challenging posture, especially if you have tight shoulders. And come down. We won't be holding there for long. We're going to go down onto our backs now, and I'm going to ask you to take the strap or a scarf, if you have one, and we're going to come down into bringing the legs up. And so you might have to, again, bend the knees if the hamstrings are tight, or you could even push the legs a little bit further away. So let's take 10 really beautiful, soothing breaths here. I want you to just make the breath gentle and slow. And I ask you for these last few breaths just to look into the sensations in the legs. Feeling the blood and also the energy coming down into the pelvis. Feeling that downward flow of energy. Good, and releasing the strap, bringing the feet down to the floor and straightening the legs. And we're going to do a posture called fish Matsyasana in Sanskrit. And we do this by pressing the elbows and the hands into the floor as we're lifting and arching the upper back, coming onto the top of the head, just a gentle fish, You can press down and lift the head off the floor a little and then bring it gently down. Some people like to put their hands under the bum a little so they can press up into the body. Good, take another couple of breaths and feel the opening around the throat. The energy center of the throat and the heart are activated. In this posture, the higher chakras. Looking up to the third eye with the gaze just for one more breath. And slowly down. Good, so this time we're just going to lift the head up, come into a little ball. We've almost finished our practice. And we're going to take both legs over, nice and slow, looking to the opposite side. Good, and when you come into this twist, what's really important is that you don't hold on to any tension in the body. We're trying to always just melt into the floor. Let go of any tension. And here we can close the eyes and breathe into our bellies and massage all the digestive organs. Close the eyes and really enjoy massaging the digestive organs with your breath. See if you can relax the hips as well. Relax the face. Good, and let's go to the other side, rolling up, and nice and slow, never move too fast into the twists or any of the postures. And make sure that the legs are comfortable, that you can just completely relax them. Relax the face, relax the hips, relax the arms. And breathe into the belly. And slowly coming back to center, and we're just going to do a little bit of turning, opening the hips here a few ways, and then turning the opposite way. And this helps to increase the production of synovial fluid in the joints. And then we're going to come into our final posture, either with the hands here or with the hands on the body. Some people feel a little bit exposed when the hands are here. So if you feel more comfortable like this, you can, of course, place the hands on the body. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Sigh the breath out. We're going to do that 2 more times. Deep breath in. And on this final one, we're just going to really let everything go and relax into the earth. Let the body become heavy. Let the body melt and dissolve into the ground as much as you can. Feel the sensations of energy, more subtle vibrations inside the body if you can. And just continue to soften and to let go and to rest completely for another 5 to 10 minutes. And this will complete your practice.